Hi everyone, I'm Brock Holiday and welcome to Why It's Worth It, and today we are going to be covering Super Mario Odyssey. Now originally I started this podcast to talk about games I thought didn't get critical or reception like they deserve, but this one obviously did, but I want to talk about it anyway because it's amazing. Today I will be joined by my good friend Andy, who will be pictured in the bottom right.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
And so let's begin. First we'll just get a couple of quick facts out of the way. Is the fastest selling Mario game of all time. 97 Metacritic score, according to Forbes.
Yeah.
And for me, like the social impact, a lot of that I know who haven't had a Nintendo system since the 64 bought Switches for this game. And I don't know if that was the case for you.
Yeah. I haven't really. A lot of my friends that I hang out with now, they're all for the Xbox and the PS4, and they knew that the Super Mario Odyssey was coming out for the Switch, but they're just like, we'll kind of see. We'll go along and see what happens after it comes out. And afterwards, they're pretty impressed by the game. My roommate's he's a big gamer as well. He really liked. When I played Odyssey, he liked watching it and was like, well, it's really cool. It's a different spin on the Mario game. But they seem to have loved it, but they haven't actually gone out and bought a Switch system just for that sole reason. But they should, though. It's a really good game.
I actually, now that I remember, we were talking a little bit before we recorded. You're one of the 6 people who bought a Wii U, actually. So
yes.
Condolences on that.
I haven't gotten rid of my Wii U yet. It's my source of Hulu currently. So,
and not to get too off topic, but the Mario 3D World for that was actually pretty good. So
yeah, no, I did it. I love that game too. That was great. That's probably a nice precursor to Odyssey. Again, I like to tell a lot of people that the Wii U was necessary for the Switch to become anything. So it's a stepping stone. It was necessary.
And just tease a little bit of another episode we might do together. The Wii U is also necessary for Splatoon, which I've fallen deeply in love with. But
Splatoon is awesome. I love Splatoon.
But we should probably move back to Mario. And the story, for me, was actually really cool. I know I'm a little bit ahead of you on this, and sorry to spoilers for anybody listening.
No, you're fine.
I love it. Kind of went along the lines of the old classic Save the Princess, but then it mixed together with where society's going, and by the end, when you do help save her, and you're both fighting between her and Bowser, or between you and Bowser to get Peach to marry you, she basically says, "Fuck you both. I'm my own person. I'm gonna go travel all the kingdoms with my little Cappy companion, and be my own person. I don't need any of you fuckers."
Yeah, she has that tiara thingy.
Yeah, which is Cappy's sister.
Yes, I'm just like that's Cappy's sister. Well, that sounds exciting. I want to say I'm in the middle of the game because I'm in Donk City, New Donk City.
City.
Yeah. I would like to say that's the middle ground, but I honestly don't know.
The main story is actually pretty short. I flew through it. I know there's so much to do on the side, but you could do that all after.
But I get caught up in, so that's why I'm behind. I'm pretty sure I'm way ahead in moons. They're just so easy to get, and that's what I like that.
And as soon as you beat the story, I don't remember what it's called, but these little boxes will land on each kingdom. You break those open, scatters a whole bunch of new moons all over the level, so you have more moons to find after it's over. So it just doesn't stop. You can max out at 999 moons total for the game.
Wow.
Which a lot of those, I think the last couple, like last 100, you have to buy through the store, or maybe the last couple hundred. But still, hundreds of moons is insane. Even if some of them are super simple, which I've seen people complain about. But the game's so perfect.
It's you're gonna have you'll see that though in a Mario game. They're not gonna I mean, with this one, yes, they wanted to get more audience members into it, but they want a new crowd, like a younger new crowd, and they
Mm-hmm.
can't make everything as complicated as they can for like new games to come out. So
Well, and I think it was a they balanced it well. Like with this, I've started as I'm gonna I'm old, but I recently in the last year gotten into Twitch and watching streamers, and
mhm.
I'm gonna give a shameless plug to streamer Nathaniel Bandy who does all Mario stuff pretty much and Splatoon.
Okay,
Recommend him. He's actually a really cool dude.
awesome.
Um,
I'll have to look them up.
but he brought up a few points about how they set up this game to where my kids can play it because they have the assist mode where
Oh yeah,
one of my 4 year olds has beaten the game and beyond through assist mode because he doesn't lose all his stuff like you do in regular mode. You go back as a bubble. It gives you arrows to help you get through the main objective. Or and you could just tell when you play through it. It's also set up for people who want to speed run. You know, all the different ways to
right.
get to places and like how you can throw your cap and jump off it like 4 times before you hit the effing ground. Yeah, and it's just also there for us who just want to casually play a game, take our time. You can do it as quick, as slow, as hard, as simple as you want to. And I think that's what the
Exactly.
beauty of the game is. To
Yeah, you
piggyback
can.
off your point.
Yeah, you can literally do whatever you want with this game, and I think that was a big thing. Um, Nintendo was planning on for with their first Mario, like mainstream Mario game for the Switch to come out on.
Were you what did you think about it losing Game of the Year to Zelda?
I mean, I can see why. Um, Breath of the Wild is, I mean, a beautiful game, beautiful, beautiful game. I'm not a huge Zelda fan, but I played it and I beat it, and got of it. I mean, I haven't done everything for it. I mean, there's a shit ton of things to do on that. Um, but Mario, I think kind of if they had started maybe with Mario coming out first beforehand, I maybe that could be it. I don't think that's probably a huge factor, but I think the hype for Zelda was real, and they just Odyssey was just right behind it in its tailcoats of Zelda, if that makes sense.
What do you think about them waiting to release it? Was it? I think it was right around a year or a little less than a year into the Switch's life instead of at launch. Mario Odyssey.
Odyssey, sorry,
Yeah.
or Zelda,
Mario.
Mario.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a good move on their part. I mean, if they had done it, say, 2 to 3 months after the release, since I mean, Zelda was the first game for the Switch. Three months later, if Mario came out, they would have two main characters for Nintendo kind of butting heads, and I don't think they wanted that to happen. So I mean, I think on at least on Nintendo's part, having Odyssey come out like the year after, or I believe it was a full year, I can't remember, but it was such a while after that. Zelda and Mario didn't really have to clash with each other for sell points. So I mean I agree with what Nintendo did. And I mean I don't not trying to get off topic with a lot of Zelda, but they used Zelda as the main sell point for the Switch, and then turned it back over to Mario right after it was released. So
now that you're saying that, I feel really stupid because when the Switch first came out, I was shitting all over it because I was just bitter for whatever reason because the Wii U, like I didn't even buy because it just underdelivered, right? And
oh, well, no, absolutely.
and and honestly, to me, the Wii for a lot of it underdelivered. So I was like, why can't you release Mario with it? Mario is your flagship, like.
Well, no, absolutely. I agree with that.
But
But
after what you said,
sorry, go ahead.
no, I say after what you said with spreading it like ease them in with a Zelda game to build up the hype and then hand it over to your main man. Like that makes a lot of
Right.
sense, and I feel like an idiot for like questioning it.
I mean, you shouldn't have to feel that way, but I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just it's a I guess the word I'm looking for is gimmick. It's kind of like a nice selling point for Nintendo to be like, we have these characters to use, and we usually use um there's three main ones: Zelda, Mario, and there's usually a third. Pokemon's another one, but they haven't done that yet, which I'm so excited about. Holy God! Whenever they bring out a Pokemon game for the Switch, I'm all over that shit.
Yeah, or
But
if it's especially if it's an actual RPG instead of like battle games.
I know, but I feel like Nintendo's just trying to spread the love to all the characters to give them their own opportunity on their brand new console that you can pretty much take anywhere, and having the ability to play Mario in a car, on a plane or train or anywhere, along with Zelda for that matter. It's pretty freaking exciting.
Yeah. No, it's pardon me. It's a weird I don't know how much of it's planned, and I mean I'm assuming it must be because they're good businessmen, but I feel like I was so into Nintendo, Zelda, Mario, Pokemon for like 5 to 16, and
Yeah.
casually from 16 to my mid 20s, like yeah, I played Smash Brothers at college like everyone did, and Mario Kart, but I didn't really follow a whole lot, didn't care. And now, like you said, they're giving each character their own time. As I'm an adult where I have money again, and
Right.
and a lot of people our age
I know
are
that
having
feeling.
kids. You're rediscovering it with your children now. And I
Exactly.
have dropped more money on Nintendo products, shirts, amiibos, figurines,
Oh, I love
costumes.
Amiibos.
Oh yeah, amiibos are like they were. Yeah, we'll have to do a whole episode about amiibos sometime. But I really feel like they found a perfect storm, and I'm involved in the Xbox
Yeah.
community, and there's just been like yeah, Fortnite's taken off and PUBG's getting popular, but there's kind of been dick going on in that industry because anything that you get excited for, uh, like,
It falls flat.
yeah, and it's all microtransactioned out. I had,
Yeah, and I hate that a lot too.
and
I hate it. Video gaming shouldn't be not to get too off topic, shouldn't be like you buy one game and then instantly you have to buy like these, I don't know, $10 packages to get everything else, just to get some brand new weapon or equipment or something. For I'm trying to think of a good example, but I can't think of anything. But for like Nintendo, for Xenoblade, you can get the main game and then buy like this a different $30 package, but you don't have to, and it comes with a crap ton of stuff. So that to me that's different and worth it because you don't have to buy every little thing individually. But you get a lot more out of it, and they have like within that DLC that you can see when they're going to release it and when they're planning on getting it out and everything. Unlike for some Xbox stuff or PS4, I don't know. I'm not trying to pick on one system, but like they'll come out with like this DLC that they just came out, and it has maybe like a bonus pack of 4 rare weapons, 2 armor, or 2 or 3 armors or something like that, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later they come out with another DLC of the same thing. Like I just don't understand why you would want to have so many microtransactions for one game.
It's just to literally rape people of their money. It's awful.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of the Battlefront series, and I'm sure you've seen what they've done to that with microtransactions. And they even got a piece of the microtransaction stuff into the Last Jedi. It's disgusting.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we should get back to talking about
Right.
Odyssey. We're both angry gamers, but I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted on YouTube, so I don't think I can say that.
That's fine.
Also, yeah, we got way off topic there for a while, but let's go
Yeah,
back
we
to
did. We did. We should get back.
let's go back to gameplay. We talked about how it fits, kids, adults, speedrunners. There's also the fact that all the different controller modes you can play in, and they're all great. I'm sure. How do you play? Do you use Joy Cons? Do you use a Pro controller?
Um, I did a little bit of everything at first, but I like holding each Joy-Con separately and kind of using my like throwing my hands in a motion to throw the hat. I like that a lot more. It's a little bit more interactive, and I kind of like that in a video game. But if I have the whole Switch system out, I usually just hold it as if it's just a ginormous screen in a 3DS or Nintendo DS style.
I started out with the controller style, just because I'm so used to having controller, and I really hated most of the Wii motion controls. The only time I actually used the nunchuck and main controller was Smash Brothers. For whatever reason, it just clicked in my brain. But
Well, I mean, I love that combination. So many people hate it so much, but I'm just like, I like it because then I can just have my hands wherever I want. They don't have to be in a controller configuration. It feels better for me. But I was a fan of trying to learn all the motion controls for the Wii. That's why I like about it, though that kind of didn't work too well for it.
When I've had it undocked, I have almost tossed it trying to shake the screen to get the cap to go the way I want. So you do have to watch out for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just so many moves to go with Cappy. I'm not great on it. I haven't really taken the time to learn a lot of the stuff because there's only so many hours of the day.
Right.
But like, there's so many different things you can capture. I know they showed it in the E3 trailer, but you could be a fucking T-Rex in this game.
Yeah,
man.
I know, right?
And for what?
Who doesn't love that?
We're of the generation. We were 5 or 6 when Jurassic Park hit, and
oh hell yeah! I watched that movie for days when I was that young, and my mom would just be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "This is my favorite movie."
I'm like I let my kids watch it with me, and they were all terrified. I'm like, were my parents bad parents? Like, I remember seeing this in theaters, and I was 5.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I like to watch people get eaten by dinosaurs and being run away or being frightened and running from a giant T-Rex, I guess. I don't know.
And I know you read the book too, so there's so much different from the movie and the book. But that's for another podcast. So another thing, and I know you haven't got there yet, after you beat the game, you unlock the Mushroom Kingdom, Peach's Castle from Mario 64.
Oh.
That's a great little Easter egg bonus thing for free. It's not paid DLC. I'm sure if it was fucking EA, you'd have to buy a season pass for $40 to get it.
True story.
But through there and through all the different places in the castle, you can find Yoshi, and you don't jump on Yoshi's back though. You capture him like everything else for some reason.
Oh.
And when you use you use his tongue to climb things, which was also kind of interesting. And
for once, Mario can see the perspective from Yoshi. That's interesting.
And he doesn't have to punch him in the back of the head. Through there, though, you can replay all the boss battles by jumping in the paintings like Mario 64.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the boss battles are harder, and they add different little elements. The best example I could think of is the big ice head you fight in the Desert Kingdom.
Yes, yep.
Will you refight him? Like all those little mummy things that pop up at night. There's like hundreds of them pop up while you're trying to fight him, and it's a real pain in the ass. But it's super fun.
Not nice, but that sounds exciting.
Now, and that's also where you get the ability to unlock it's my favorite costume because I'm old, the Mario 64 costume.
Yes, that's awesome.
Where he's straight up pixelated exactly like in Mario 64 down to the hat. It's amazing.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I don't know if you've noticed, even with like Mario 64 costume, but any correct matching Mario costume when you go into the little 2D or 8-bit sections.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Yep, I did.
always the same as the costume.
Yep, yep. I did notice that. It took me a while because I did pick the hat and suit that I liked better. But when I did have a matching suit and I went into that 8-bit world, which is amazing, by the way. I love that in this game. Um, I would see that he'd be wearing at least the color coordinated stuff to his costume, along with kind of how it would look as well. I'm like, well, that's cool. Nintendo, you be thinking about everything.
Have you had a chance to listen to the song that Paulina sings, "Jump Up Superstar"?
Just in the trailer, and it's catchy. It's catchy as hell.
I don't buy music very often, but I straight up bought that off iTunes and have it on my phone for it's my alarm in the morning. It's the only song I haven't got sick of waking up to. It's that cheery. Do you know where Paulina's from? Let's see, if you know your trivia.
I want to say I heard where she's from, but I can't remember. But I really want to say something about Donkey Kong.
Yep,
but don't know.
Yep, she's the original person that Mario saves. Is Paulina.
Oh yeah. Okay, because I knew Princess Peach didn't come in during the Mario with the barrels and jumping Donkey Kong throwing the barrels. I knew that wasn't Princess Peach, but I wasn't sure if that was Daisy, and I wasn't sure when Daisy came into play. But yep, there we go. It all connects.
That's why she's the mayor of New Donk City, or New Donkey, yeah.
That's
all
hilarious.
Making sense to you.
Yep, it's clicking now.
So we'll move on to I know you said you haven't got to play it yet, but there's the DLC for Mario Odyssey, free.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Luigi's Balloon World, which also includes a bunch of new costumes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Can you? And then Luigi's also unlocked, right?
Only to participate in Balloon World. You don't actually get to play as Luigi.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of cool. That's so cool.
My favorite new costume you get with him is Mario Sunshine outfit.
Ooh,
where he's
with
wearing
the gadget on the back and everything.
You don't get Flood. He just it's a hat, glasses, and he's wearing like a Tommy Bahama shirt that has a bunch of shines all over it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, I wish it had Flood. We are gonna do, you and I'm gonna just put you on air for it. Mario Sunshine at some point.
Okay.
Probably the most underrated Mario game ever. But
no, I would agree. I mean, I know when it came out for GameCube, it had a little bit of hype to it, but I don't think people loved it as much as they thought they were going to. But I liked it. It was a really good game.
So before we wrap up, excuse me. Is there anything that we've missed that you want to say or you thought of or you want to ask about Mario Odyssey?
Not that I can. The only thing else that I can think of that I enjoy about it, and it's a feature that I use a lot on the Switch itself, is just the taking the pictures and the videos and stuff. I like how you can do make your own kind of postage stamp in a way and kind of make your own scene and everything. I've done that quite a few times. I usually, if I find a nice little spot in the middle of where I'm going, I'm like, I'll go back there, go change my costume, and go take a nice little picture of whatever the hell I'm doing. I really like that. That's a pretty cool aspect. I wish they would have the video option for a lot more of their games instead of just Mario, Zelda, and Splatoon currently. There might be a fourth. I feel like there is a fourth, but that's just cool. And I just enjoy how just being all the other characters and stuff. My favorite so far is just being that stupid onion flower thing in the second world. I don't know, for some reason it's just hilarious that you can be an onion with stretchy legs and you can jump real high.
I used to know the name to those too, and now I cannot remember them.
I can't remember them either.
My kids make me memorize everything on that. or they know it and they yell at me if I don't.
Don't remember it. I know they're not. I don't think they're not. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just glad this game happened. Honestly,
absolutely.
the way the game industry is going and how like exhausted honestly it was because but the last thing I was excited for was Mass Effect Andromeda because I was a massive fan of that series. And I didn't hate the game like a lot of people did, but it was exhausting, and then they ended up cutting out. They stopped supporting the game altogether, and they basically killed the franchise because it's EA.
Sorry.
Oh, you're
Apologize.
good. So to have a creation of or a addition to a series that I love, and it blew the expectations out of the water. I they sold it high at E3 and they didn't back down, and I'm glad it happened. I'm so glad this game happened.
No, absolutely. I mean, again, I think it's just Nintendo trying to give each character their own little love with this system, and being the system as it is, being very revolutionary in the gaming industry at the moment. And I've kept saying that about the Switch since I've heard about it and since it's come out, that I do believe that this Nintendo system will revolutionize the gaming industry for a very, very long time. It's no other systems like it. You can get wherever you want, but letting each character have their own little moment on this system is really what I think Nintendo's trying to get at, and having this game for Mario really helped with it. Having the old styles of Mario back at previous Mario games, like how I mean, this is a 3D game, so just like Super Mario 64, excuse me, not Super Mario 3D, but Super Mario 3D Land helped that too, and just kind of like the changing of the suits, where you could have the different suits in all the games, like back in Super Mario 3, where you could be like a frog or Tanuki suit, or have a raccoon, because I think you can have a raccoon suit and the Tanuki suit in this one as well. I don't really know. I feel like I saw them, but I'm not sure. Maybe you can just
be Diddy Kong.
You can?
Yeah, there's a Diddy Kong costume where he straight up has monkey feet and a tail.
That's hilarious. But that's awesome. But yeah, it's just you can do whatever you want with this game, and you can kind of play it at your own pace, and kind of do anything. This is a very, very nice game, and the music's nice. The graphics are awesome. I'm a huge music advocate for video games, and the music. Yes, the music for every land is beautiful. It's and then even like how they change it up for like boss fights, or whenever it gets really, really like hectic or anything. It's great. I mean, sometimes at work I'll just put on some video game music and I'll just listen to it. So.
Yeah, I have a whole CD in my car of the theme of Mario 64, Jump Up Superstar, just some of the orchestra type stuff from this game. You can't go wrong with Mario music.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm glad we decided to do this game, even though it has the hype and it's got the sales. It doesn't need our help.
No, not at all.
Because after a while, or even I saw some people saying, "Oh, I had in times a better platformer than Odyssey." Like, no, fuck you guys. You're all just trying to be goddamn hipsters because you think it's cool to shit on the thing that's popular. Because, for God forbid, we all actually enjoy something as a society for fucking once. Like,
that's true.
Like, they could all go fuck themselves. This is the best game or platformer to come out for a long time.
Right.
And you don't have to hate it just because everyone loves it, man. Just everyone needs to embrace it.
Just go along with it. Go with the flow.
All right, Andy, I appreciate you joining me for Why It's Worth It, Super Mario Odyssey Edition, and I'm going to probably force you to come on for...
You make it sound like... Thank you for having me, Brock, and you won't have to force me. I just have a very bad scheduling habit.
That's true. We'll do Sunshine for sure, and maybe either talk about an old Smash, or you and I can try to predict the new one.
Okay.
So, all right, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Absolutely, thanks.